Hello folks and welcome back to Rome Total War. I am Conistip and this is going to be part 51 of my Imperial campaign where I'm playing as Egypt. And in the last episode I did take a crack at nibbling down the forces that are stationed here in Cilicia. So I did take on 3 stacks with my 2 stacks that were stationed around Antioch. And yeah, I started fighting the Seleucids and that was a pretty fun battle. If you missed it, go back and watch episode 50 because it was pretty wild. My stacks are going to be requiring a bit of attention. One of them is in Antioch itself, being retrained. Now, I can't actually retrain too many units in Antioch. I'm kind of limited to my training capabilities. I can do like the Pharaoh's Bowmen here and some cav and the basic infantry, but I can't do like the Pharaoh's guards or the chariots here in Antioch or the desert axes. So I have Jerusalem and Damascus and Sidon all on board. They're all picking up their production capabilities and progress so that they can try to reestablish these armies as fast as possible, because I would like to go back into Tarsus before they can regroup. Now, I would think that they should be broke. They should not be able to even retrain their soldiers. This is their only settlement that they have left, and their port is being blockaded by yours truly. So they should be stuck with what they have. I would think so, unless they are getting some like cheat money from the AI. I don't know if that's the case. I know that the AI gets like basically free money when it comes to diplomacy, so you can ask for a lot more than what they would necessarily have available to them. But I don't know if that's how that works with just like training armies and stuff. Otherwise, you know, they would have continued to have a lot more armies, you know, so They might be stuck at this. Even if they're not, even if they are getting some like cheat money, they're stuck only being able to train from Tarsus. So, you know, I have, what, 4 settlements that are working on, you know, getting my armies back on speed. Can Salamis contribute? No, not really. There's nothing here that I can really use to help out with. I think for the most part, I am at the end of this turn. I'm going to be attacking Ancyra and Nicomedia in these in the next turn, and also Crete. Yeah, Kydonia. That's going to be pretty fun. I think that I should, so I have all of these places training soldiers. Up here I'm also training soldiers in Arsacia, just because I might be able to kind of manage a cheeky little attack on a Campus Sake, because it's so lightly held. So that's what I'm considering, and then I have 2 stacks that are making their way up, and they're going to be putting pressure on Campus Alani. So that's the idea there. You're training as well. Yes, you are. You're not. And yeah, we're just hanging out in Kotais forever. I have to remind myself, though, that these places, Sardis, Halicarnassus, and Rhodes, need to continue to contribute soldiers. So let's not forget to do that. Let's do this, and then down here, let's do... Who am I fighting? Greeks? I'm fighting Greeks, so... Let's get some chariots down here. And then I have some money left to spend on buildings as well. Mines seems like a good idea. And then down here, can I afford anything? Execution Square, honestly, is probably not a bad shout, because that's going to be reducing the corruption from 713 to 518. Yeah, that's not bad for a building that's also going to be increasing the public order. So, yep, that leaves me a little over 2,000 left to spend. I don't know if I have anything to spend that on. Salamis, I feel like I've sort of ignored for a while. Well, I mean, I'm building a secret police network here, so I guess, you know, I am working on something. Yeah, there's nothing really worth spending money on there. Anything else? I could just save the money. I suppose that's an option as well. So I'm going to check my taxes real quick to make sure that my levels are fine. And then in the next turn, I'm probably going to be fighting maybe a Scipio army. They might attack me. And also, I will be taking these settlements up here as well. I doubt... I don't know. So the Parthians, if they wanted to come back and charge at me, they wouldn't be able to reach in this end turn, so that wouldn't be resolved in this turn. Okay, fine. See what? You can get a building as well. What do you want? Public baths, or would you rather have an execution square? You know what? I think you want an execution square. I think you really want an execution square. Let's do that. Drop a save. Let's see, these boats are heading on their way. Yeah, they have the onagers. Yes, they do. Alright, yeah, we're slowly getting a force together in Alexandria and Memphis that will eventually be able to sail on into, gosh, go any, that's my guy, isn't he? Like, what's going on? Rebel emissary, God, that's so funny to me. Oh, this is me talking to him. I was like, why do the rebels have emissaries? I was going to, it's funny, okay. I was going to like just see how much it costs to bribe him. And where is this? Oh, this is up. Oh, okay. I was like, what's happening? Okay. Huh. I was not expecting to be attacked by... Did they like leave Kydonia to attack me? Is that what just happened? Or did I run into... This is so bizarre. I did not think this is like what happened here. Huh. Honestly, kind of is... That's not like... Yeah. So 2 militia hoplites. Alright. Cilician pirates. That's not a bad unit, actually. They have a very high missile attack. 15. That's insane. And then melee attack of 12 is not bad either. Defense is very light. Like, they have nothing. No shield, no armor, but... Yeah, very high attack, very high missile damage. And I don't have, you know... I have Libyan mercenaries in my general and a chariot. That's it. I thought I was just facing 1 unit in Kydonia. Dang, alright, well... Well, my general can chase down the archers. My Libyan mercenaries can chop down the Cilician pirates. And then the morale on militia hoplites is so low that just by having a chariot nearby, we should be able to break them. So there's a chance. There's a chance we can pull this off. I was not expecting this at all. Here we are on Crete, and yeah, look at this. Pretty beautiful, eh? And oh my god, what the hell? What is... I don't see. This is what frustrates me about not being able to tilt my camera up, is that I can't even see the top of it. My goodness, that just shoots right up. Holy moly, that looks fake. All right, let's come down here. All right, we got the height advantage, perfect. Actually, let me fix this, because so like I've noticed that by having guys selected and then doing the drag move, see what happens is that a lot of times these guys will switch their formations around. Like you'll move over here and then he'll move over here. So I have to ungroup and then group them again, and that's how they stay in their locked formation, which is interesting. It makes me wonder, like, is that how it is in medieval Total War and Shogun Total War as well? And I've just never noticed that this entire time. Because I've wondered about that, I have. You know, there always seems to be unnecessary shuffling when using the left click drag, or in this case, the right click drag. Alright, Cretans are going to be in range in like no time. In fact, they probably already are. Cilician pirates, yeah, I guess, yep, this is fine. Throw your stuff at them, please. In fact, I don't even mind. No, actually, no, back up. Just kidding. You don't need to run. You can definitely just kind of. Yeah, same with you guys. Do not run away. There you go. Hey, he's running away. Sweet. Alright, General can run him down, and Libyan dudes, let's see here. I do not want my chariots getting shot by those Cretans, because that's going to be dangerous. So let's run down those Cilicians. Let's make threatening noises towards the towards the Cretans. Are we getting shot? Oh my god, we are. Jesus, those I was just like saying that too. Oh my god, those Cretans are lethal. Alright, let's get you over here. And we have to take out these Cretan archers. Yeah, you can run, please. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely run. And try to get into them like that. And you guys can start throwing your javelins into these militia hoplites. And yeah, we should break these guys. And then once they're breaking, there. Now they're distracted. Let's get my chariots back up. Since these guys cause fear, I just need them to be around the militia hoplites, and they don't actually need to be touching the hoplites. Yeah, perfect. That's a nice thing about fighting slow phalanxes, is that... Yes, perfect. And do you have any ammo? No, you don't have any ammo. Man, you really, like, come on, I gave you an order. I gave you an order yesterday, sir. He's just not running away. Okay, I thought he was running away this entire time. So that Cretan archer general actually hung in there for a minute. And yeah, just kind of like, let's just be around. I don't want to actually fight the militia hoplites. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. They're running away. And then just same thing. Let's just kind of hang out. Do you have any javelins left? No, you do not. It's okay. You don't need javelins. Just cause fear. Just be around them. There we go. That's it. That's it. Yep. Lost a few guys. There better be nothing left in Cadonia. I better be able to walk right on in. Is there anything here? Okay, so yeah, there is still that unit there. Yeah, interesting. Well, fine then. Alright, 10,000 in the treasury. Not a lot. City expands. Palmyra. Okay. Can I afford it? Yes, I can. Counselor's Chambers is a go. You are going to be a large city someday. Yes, you are. Plague in Alexandria. Oh, that sucks. The curse of Set strikes Alexandria and the dead are numberless. The Egyptians are returning to the worship of the old gods in the hope that Isis will protect them from the pestilence, something that the Greek gods imported by the Ptolemaic dynasty have obviously failed to do. I feel like I've been worshipping all Egyptian gods. Have I not? Set, Osiris, Imhotep, Horus, and Isis? Yeah, those are all Egyptian, right? Which, yeah, come to think of it, that is kind of funny, you know, because, yeah, like, obviously, we know that the Creative Assembly decided to do, like, ancient Egypt with this instead of the Ptolemaic dynasty when it comes to the looks of it, you know, with the character models and the portraits and all that. But it's even deeper than that, isn't it? Because you're not getting any Greek temples. Like, you don't, like, not even a crossover, you know? That would have made more sense to have sort of a crossover between some Egyptian temples, because there was definitely like a pharaonic worship amongst the Ptolemies, or like them trying to set themselves up as like pharaohs, you know? But my understanding was that, you know, the Ptolemies, as well as the Seleucids, were pretty good about integrating their cultural belief systems into the Egyptian belief systems for the Ptolemies, and the for the Seleucids into wherever they were. Mostly, you know, the Persian belief systems, but even out east, it was kind of a different thing. And then out west, yeah, I don't know about out west, honestly. I don't know. The Seleucids never felt that integrated in Anatolia. It always felt like everything was falling apart for them out west. But yeah, it's interesting that like you don't get that crossover with the temples. I don't know what the Seleucids have access. I don't know anything about the Seleucid temples. Are they all Greek, or there's some Persian in there, or is there a mix? Yeah, I'm curious. It's interesting though with the Egyptians that they really did go full on, this is ancient Egypt, you know? But in that message, it actually did mention the Ptolemies for the first time in this game, I think. So I guess you do see, okay, so like this is an example, because with the naming for the, oh, look at that, we're under siege. They didn't even attack us. They just like besieged the settlement. I have 2 armies standing right there, sir. But yeah, as I was saying, that with the names for the generals, you do get kind of a mix, don't you? Philippos sounds kind of Greek to me, right? And then that, you know, Nefertitiabet Auletes sounds kind of Egyptian to me. I wouldn't know, but those are just kind of guesses, okay? Yeah, it's interesting. What else do we have here? Most advanced faction. That's Broodii. That's not me, apparently. Okay. Sure. Faction announcements. Mishra Kassaros, my diplomat in Phrygia. Is that, where was that? Is that here? Oh yeah, Phrygia. Okay, yeah, yep, you were hanging out by Pergamum. Got it. Trait increase. Amasa's Kassaros, confident commander, +1 command, and that is for you here on Crete. Okay, yeah. And retinue expands for the same man, Swordbearer. Yeah, this is a good one, I think. It's okay. +1 to personal security, so, you know, defense against assassinations. +1 to valor to the general's bodyguards. That's a good one, though. Yeah, that's pretty solid. And Tahtep Ardeos, where are you? Remind me again. You're in Salamis, and you have the Torturer. +2 to public security. Improves the chances of detecting and capturing enemy agents, and +1 to unrest. Okay, and then +3 to law. So a little bit of give and take there. Overall, that is a benefit. The +3 to law does decrease. Well, I guess there's no corruption here at all. So you might be well served to go somewhere else, but you're good for Salamis. You have a lot of management. And yeah, your Silk Merchant is good for trade income as well. So I think keeping you here is fine. Although you got some good law stuff. Taking you out west where I have a lot of corruption doesn't seem like a bad idea. And I set Nefet Philometer, Torturer. Okay, yeah. Same thing, and that is for the guy in Jerusalem. And I would imagine the Torturer retinue guy probably comes from, let me guess. Did I just get actually this is gonna tell me the answer. So Secret Police HQ, that was in Antioch. Okay, I was kind of thinking that maybe that building was just finished in Jerusalem and Salamis? But no, maybe you've already had this here. I would be curious to see if the Torturer is tied to this building, maybe. I don't know. Hatra has cavalry stables, and Halicarnassus has paved roads. Okay, good. In my Julia campaign, I've sort of decided that I need to be paying closer attention to my construction reports, just to remind myself of, you know, these buildings can actually take quite a long time to build. So if I have in mind to work towards a certain unit that I want to recruit, and then that building gets finished, and then I forget about it because I just sort of skip by it in these reports here, then I kind of don't remember until quite a bit later and go, oh yeah, I could have been building this cool, awesome artillery piece for a long time now, or these, you know, this cool units. And yeah, so now I'm reminded in Hatra, right, I'm working towards something. Here in Hatra, I'm either working on, yeah, probably the Nubian Cav or, you know, something here, right? So it's something that I should probably pay attention to. And that's probably it. It's probably just, I don't think I need the recruitment report. I don't think I need to pay attention to that so much because you know, the units just show up, you know? Like I see where they are, but yeah. All right, allies, the Seleucids and the Armenians. Okay, interesting. Two places, two factions on the deathbed. Although Armenia, I'm trying to keep you guys alive. I really am. Ceasefire between Spain and the Romans, and war between Spain and the Romans, and Scythian and the Romans. All right, that's fun. Are the Scythians and the Julia even bordering each other? They're not. So I don't know how that. I don't know how that happens. Huh. Okay. So when I do, I'm hoping, so how are the, I want to remind myself. So the Spanish, so they have Cordoba. They've lost Asturica. Damn. Okay. So the Spanish just have 3 provinces right now. Dang, they're really on the back foot. I'm thinking that factions like I'm looking at factions that I'm going to want to ally with to help fight against the Romans, and it's looking like it's just the Britons. You know, like it's just them. Everyone else is dead or about to be dead or inconsequential. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Me and the Britons sandwiching the Romans. Yeah, okay. I'm hoping... Gosh, it would be really cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve this. I've had, big dreams smashed already in this campaign. But it would be really cool to be able to coordinate something between myself and the Britons. I don't know what it would take. I think that maybe my economy can start really taking off once I've finished taking Anatolia, perhaps. Or maybe once I start conquering large portions of North Africa, maybe. So something, when I'm thinking about improving the pace of play of my campaigns going forward, something that I'm sort of like bouncing around in my head is that I probably stopped my blitzing part of the campaigns for both this campaign and my Julia campaign a bit short. And that is based on my experience in Shogun and Medieval, where I like to have an early blitz portion of the campaign at the very beginning, just to sort of secure my boundaries, limit the amount of enemies I have to face in the beginning. And then I like to start building tall and build out some pretty cool economy stuff and build out some cool armies. And I think that my timing was a bit off when it comes to, I like, for instance, in this campaign, I smashed those Seleucids, I took a few settlements, I moved up to Antioch, and I held there, and I just held. And I thought that would be good enough. I really did. I thought that the economy from those settlements in Salamis and Egypt itself, I thought that was all going to be like booming enough to have just overwhelming resources. And while it was good enough to get myself into a good position, I did reach a point where my economy is tapped out. I wasn't making that kind of money. I needed to advance and I needed to take more settlements. And that was, in my opinion, without even having like overwhelming army numbers. That was mostly just because I was spending so much money on buildings. And that kind of shocked me how that really slowed me down. And I think that going forward into future Total War or Rome Total War campaigns is that opening blitz portion of the game, although I never want to be a blitz gamer with these games, I think it's much more interesting to play a slower style. But I think that what's really fun is having a nice economy. There's a really comfortable economy that allows you to do more things with this game's agent systems and diplomacy systems, and obviously building some cool armies and building cool buildings as well. And to have that sort of financial freedom, I think that there needs to be a bigger chunk of land initially owned. That's kind of my understanding. That's going to take some practice, obviously, for me to get a handle on what that is. Like for playing as Egypt, would that have been, like I think that any faction in the southeastern quarter of the map probably should be rushing roads, just for an example. Like that's probably what you should do. I don't like the idea of playing every campaign like that, because then you can just, it's like the same campaign over and over again, but something along those lines. Or if not rushing roads, then, I don't know, rushing North Africa, taking it, blitzing a large portion of the map and getting a good economy going so that maybe I don't let myself slow down, for instance, until I've taken like this southeastern corner of the map as I'm playing as the, Egypt. And, if I'm playing as the Julii, maybe the idea is don't slow down until I've taken like all the way up to Britain, and everything up to that point should be blitz, 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 blitz. And then let the fun times roll when it comes to building up cool stuff for when I'm ready to take on the Romans, ready to fight that sort of mid to late game battles. But instead of like making it where, there's these huge battles in the beginning of the game just because I've let the AI build up so much, and that can really slow things down. Anyway, that's a bit of a little rant and ramble there, but that's just things that I'm just been kind of bouncing around in my head as I'm getting ready to eventually play my next campaign. Eventually it's going to be happening, but all right, what do I want to do first? I think that I've been rambling for so long I kind of forgot my direction. Parthians, yes, they're moving down, and that's interesting. Let's hang out. There's a hill here. Let's hang out on this hill.
March.
And they want to come at me. I welcome that fight. And then I guess what we want to do is march through and fight you. What do you have? Eastern infantry and archers.
Engage the enemy.
So let's swat these brigands out of the way. I'm going to be moving up fast on the flanks of these archers on this side. I just want to keep them moving around, just so that they don't get comfortable. Infantry can continue to move up like that, and got some horse archers down here as well. And just keep moving around. Are these the archers? Yes, they are. And yes, as soon as you guys do that, that's when I pounce. And then Eastern infantry are hanging out. In fact, I don't need my guys. Oh, you guys are. Oh man, you guys must be. Are you impetuous? Is that their problem? I didn't think Nubians were impetuous. I didn't think that was one of their traits, but I guess so, because that's what explains them charging without orders, right? I know the desert axes are impetuous. I don't think it's called that in this game. I think that's just how that was denoted in medieval Total War. Yeah, they're chasing my Nubians. Yeah, they got a taste of that. Now my Scythians can start shooting them a little bit, and if we can get my infantry into position, let's see here, they might start taking. My guys are still running in, and I'm always shocked when the mercenaries are still like here. There they are. There's the battle. So yeah, we lost 9 guys, and now we can move up and start to support our other army.
Victory!
So how close can we get? All right, not quite there,
March.
but still, can you get to us? You can.
Sire.
I mean, with our height advantage, I would reckon that we're still pretty safe. And with that dealt with, so yeah, you keep going back and forth. Yeah, that's fine. And let's see here. So you've just moved there, that armored hoplites. And what's inside? So 3 healthy units of militia hoplites, a healthy unit of heavy peltasts, half strength unit of armored hoplites, and full strength unit of Greek cav, and then the faction heir. So that's gonna be a 30 heavy cav. And the army that I have it's a bit banged up, but it's still, plenty of archers, chariot archers, and yeah, slingers. So attacking in Kyra should not be much of an issue. 3-star general, but we can take him on. Let's take in Kyra. Would you look at this cool looking settlement here? This is interesting. I haven't seen anything like this before. So it's barbarian, but because the fauna is different, it has different looking plants and trees, and it kind of looks more open, doesn't it? But I'm sure that's just a trick on the eyes, I suppose. And even like the palisade is a different color. It almost looked like it wasn't there when I first loaded into the battle. Yeah, it looks pretty. I like that. And off in the distance, it looks like there is one building from a different culture. I suppose it would be a Greek building. Is that the barracks? Yes, it is. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, back there, that the shrine to Aphrodite. Oh my god, shrine to Aphrodite. Is it Didi? Why am I? Didi. Oh my god. Sometimes you hear a word your entire life and then you try to say it for the first time and you go, I don't know, I've never seen that word before in my life. Let's move in here, and then I suppose, you might get shot by that tower. I'm going to move you closer to the door, and I'm going to try to move you along the wall, and maybe that helps me avoid those arrows. Spears can move up, archers and slingers move up as well. And yeah, if they want to just hang out by the walls and let me shoot at them, that'd be really nice of them. I am really going to need my missile troops to do a lot of work in this battle, because as I further inspect my melee infantry, I'm realizing that, yeah, they're a little bit thin. Spears are a little banged up from fighting those battles on the bridges.
Begin the slaughter!
So archers are pouring fire into these militia hoplites, taking them down a notch, and we have some Greek cavalry that are hanging out as well. Let's get desert axes and Nile spears over there, and then let's see, there's nothing over here, are there? No, there's not. And I wouldn't mind getting slingers moved up as well, because they can fire through the gap, and as long as the enemy wants to contest the walls, they can get shot. Now they're feeding another unit of militia hoplites to me, and my archers are hungry. Yeah, they will take that. Absolutely, yeah, they'll take that. And if those Greek cavalry want to keep running around within range of my missile units, yeah, I'll take that as well. Now, are these guys going to park themselves in front of this gate? Because if they are, well, guess what? I have another unit of slingers here. Not here, but somewhere here. Now that 2 units of militia hoplites are down, and 1 unit of militia cavalry is pretty much down as well, let's go ahead and begin our assault on the settlement itself. We can bring spears in first and axes in right behind. Again, our infantry is it's weak, so I'm gonna keep an eye on those.
The cowardly enemy have lost the walls. Send your troops and take the rest of the settlement.
Those general's bodyguards. Who's you? Who's you? What are you? All right, Greek cav coming on in. Militia hoplites. There's 4 left in that unit as well. Let's see here. Desert cav. That's. The nice thing about these like barbarian-esque settlements is that there is a lot of open space inside. So it does kind of feel like it's a better environment for the cav if I need to use it. The cav can get involved, and then even chariots can get involved a little bit as well. So that's all nice stuff. Let's get slingers in here as well, and let's get them running. Because yeah, if they want to bring their militia hoplites within range, then I want to be able to take advantage of that. And I want to stack all of these weakened spear units on top of one another so that they have a better chance of taking a charge from enemy cavalry, if that's what it comes down to. So militia hoplites are coming on in, and we got slingers off to the sides, and yeah, they can start getting some pretty nice pebble charges. Ooh, 2 Greek cav charging into my slingers. Hopefully we can just beat them. Slingers, can you guys beat? Yes, they can. Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. You can kill that last horseman. There you go. And now start chucking rocks into the flanks of these militia hoplites. And that would really suck. You know, these guys are barely wearing anything to begin with. Actually, no shit, these are the armored hoplites. Okay. Yeah, they're tougher. Yeah, let's get some desert axes like in the flanks. And you need to start throwing your pebbles in. And then you need to protect the rear of the desert axes in case we get charged by the enemy. And don't want to. Depending on like what's going to be faster way of killing these guys, with desert axes or slingers. All right, let's go desert axes. Stop shooting. You stop shooting. And then you, yeah, you as well. You as well, get in. And then spears, you come up here. And are we gonna break these guys? 33 men. Yeah, they're not dying that fast. Man, armor. Gosh, it's funny. It's certain units that I still haven't really come to appreciate how effective they are, and armored hoplites are one of them that just surprised me again and again. They are really solid units. They've only lost like a handful of guys since I've surrounded them by desert axes. Now it's worth remembering or noting that desert axes do not have a bonus versus armor. It's not like how the desert cav work, you know, that's not how it works. Which is kind of, you know, contrary to how you'd think that they would work, but there you go. So yeah, they have 23 men left. Most of them are fighting with their swords now. And it seems like we're hacking them down. Yeah, they're down to 13-9. Yeah, they're starting to get hacked down a bit faster now. But yeah, they took some attention, didn't they? So what's left? The general himself, which is going to be tough, militia hoplites, and the heavy peltas. Okay, well, it's a good thing that was only a half strength. Okay, don't get too excited about that. It took a lot of you to get down a half strength unit of armored hoplites. All right, don't get too excited. At this point, I'm starting to think that I'm going to be really needing my desert cav to hack down that general. Because my spears aren't going to be able to hold against it. I mean, even stacked like this, it's pretty questionable, I would say. So I'm going to have my general nearby. I'm going to have a bunch of desert cav able to hack down the enemy general. Maybe I can lure him into me by using my slingers. My archers are out of ammo, but then I am going to bring my chariot archers closer to the walls. They might not be close enough to support, or maybe they will be. Doesn't really matter either way, but sometimes I have used them in this way. Sometimes they actually are able to fire at units that are trying to get around me. But in this case, I don't think that's going to happen because I think that the garrison is, I think it's small enough by this point. And they're bringing down their heavy peltests, and are they thinking about bringing in their general's unit? They might be thinking about it. Heavy peltests are now in range of my slingers, so we can start getting some shots in on them from here. And do we have more slingers back here? Oh, are you in range as well? Oh, you are. I didn't think you could throw over the heads of the guys in front of you. Are you hitting your own guys? Huh. I actually didn't know that. I thought that and my chariot archers are shooting as well. Perfect. Yeah, that's actually perfect. I did not know. I thought that slingers had to be in front of units. And they're not hitting any of their own guys. Typically, so what I've found is that the shoot at will or engage at will, or shoot, what's it called? Fire at will, that's what it's called. The fire at will mode in this game is pretty good, I would say, at making sure that it doesn't friendly fire. The only problem where that isn't true is... Alright, let's stop this nonsense. Let's get in there. The only time when that's not true is when you have guys that are chasing down routing units. A lot of times, your range units will continue to shoot at those units, even as they're being, like in this case, like that's exactly what just happened, I think. I just saw a shot. Yeah, my chariot archers are still shooting. Which is funny. It's an interesting thing because, as I mentioned, they are pretty good at not friendly firing until... Yeah, it seems like it's like, it just kind of activates when you're chasing routing units. It's a weird thing. This is where things can get a little bit dicey here. I'm wondering, what are my chances of getting to the top of this hill before that general's unit charges me? Because if I could get to the top, and if you could not shoot, you're not in range anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, don't lower him into us until we're ready. Okay, it looks like he's doing it anyway. So you guys can get your spears down maybe, and you can definitely make your you get in, and yeah, general can use his encouragement abilities, and then you guys can run up as well. And get a charge in from there. You can turn off fire at will again and just skirmish with the militia hoplites. And I would imagine we should be able to get this down. Alright, rally is not on it's not off cooldown yet. There we go. Enemy general's been chopped down,
The enemy
and his
general
unit
has been
is
killed and his men lose
ready to
heart.
start running away. So you come up here, go back on fire at will, and I got some more slingers that can come up as well. And then let's get my Desert Infantry, Group 7. I'm assuming my spears are probably spent by now. Yeah, they're pretty spent, so you guys get back. I don't need you to keep dying. And Desert Axes get back. And from here, I mean, honestly, I can probably bring in my Chariot Archers as well. They can shoot. Who are you guys? Yeah, spears. Yeah, you're running away. Very beat up. Yep, and Militia Hoplites are going to be coming off of the city square, and they should break. As I've mentioned before, again and again, this is a very low morale unit, so just by having this many enemy units surrounding it and getting shot at, you know, in the rear, you know, we can kind of even back up here a little bit. We don't need to engage. I got chariots coming on in. And you can start throwing fire at will.
General.
There we go.
The enemy flee.
In the battle, so we did lose 189 men,
And no one can argue that it
but
is
we got
not
the job
both
done.
well-deserved
Slingers,
and
I think
worthy.
Slingers did pretty well. 16 kills and 29. Bowman obviously really carried the day. Yeah, 92 kills. Alright, and Kyra is now ours. And before I wasn't really like, you know, I didn't really hold it in high value. But now that I've seen what it looks like, I'm kind of like, yeah, I want that cool little oasis settlement. Looks pretty cool. So, not too many people there. Yeah, I suppose I just occupied this one. It's just a town? Yeah, it's just a town. Just a town. Yeah, alright. It's been so long since I've not exterminated. I forgot what that feels like. And anything to build? No. Yeah, there's nothing. I can't. I guess I could. What does this give me? Population growth and happiness? Yeah, I might think about getting a different shrine in here because I don't need, you know, population growth for a town isn't the worst thing. But I think I have my own population growth shrines that I could put in. Yeah, we can just put in a shrine to Isis. How about that? The Temple City is going to give us some law, population growth, and happiness. And I believe there's some ancillaries as well that are going to be giving like fertility bonuses. Like the doctor will give generals the chance of having more children and stuff like that. So yeah, let's do that. So let's knock down Aphrodite. And let's get the shrine to Isis in there. Perfect. And yeah, I can't recruit, just Nubian spears, so I'm gonna have to hang on to it as is. It's tempting to go kill these armored hoplites, but that one unit of armored hoplites will probably beat this entire army. I'm kidding, but yeah, it's it's all. Let's get some peasants in here. It's tempting to pick those guys off because they are gonna try to rescue Nicomedia. And what are you trying to do? Are you the heavy onagers? Yes, you are. Okay, well, let's come in here and take Nicomedia.
Orders. Attack.
So, stone walls, sap point, and two siege towers. That's assault. So this is my mercenary army. 310 men inside, archers, 2 units of peltasts, and a beefy unit of armored hoplites. So the 3 light infantry can be taken out by a number of things, really. As I say that. I mean, I suppose they can be taken out by my Eastern mercenaries. And if I have to, I can also send in my mercenary peltasts and my Libyan mercenaries. And then taking out the armored hoplites, I have Cretan archers, Bedouin archers, Nubian mercenaries. Yeah, we have options here. So let's take Nicomedia.
This is a day of battle. We will stand together. We will not fear defeat. We will look forward to victory. Today the vultures feast, but they will feast upon our enemies, not us.
We are now all set up, so I got my hoplites that are ready to take on this sapping point. So let's go here. And what's on top of the walls? Is it just going to be the peltasts? So no archers, eh? Okay. So let's go there. And let's go here.
The sappers have begun to dig beneath the
And
walls.
you,
Let us
so
pray their work is successful.
So elephants can attack the walls. Huh. I'm kind of tempted to, I don't want them to get hit by these peltasts though. But yeah, it's funny. I thought that they could be used as a siege attacker unit that allows me to take the settlement on the first turn. And yeah, it seems like they can attack the walls, but you still need to build siege equipment first, which is kind of a funny thing. And yeah, you can't shoot at anything. Are you shooting at them? Yeah, it looks like you're shooting some arrows out. Yeah, peltasts are losing some guys. But so are my mercenaries. So let's send my Libyans up to help them fight those peltasts. And then on this side... Yeah, I don't know if it's too early. Gosh, am I gonna...
Now the enemy cannot hide behind.
Am I gonna be in the way of my
walls.
sapping point? Oh, that's gonna be kind of awkward. That looks like I'm gonna be right in the way. I don't. Can I man this and move? Can I move it? I don't know if I can move it. I think it's already up against the walls, and now it's like kind of like stuck there. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Yeah, that's not great. All right, these guys. Well, man, they're getting chopped down by something, by the towers, I suppose. Can you guys get up here? God, they're being decimated by those towers. Dang, 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 dang. I see, I don't have my timing down yet with how long it takes for units to climb up the tower. Because I want to be able to support them, obviously, because if they're unsupported attacking on the walls, they can get beat like that. But then when you send guys up too soon and they just get like massacred by the tower, I wonder if can I like hide from the tower? Oh, they're throwing their javelins up at those guys. Oh, interesting. You don't need to do that. That's a little unnecessary. It seems like a waste of javelins. Yeah, what's gonna happen here? Did I just destroyed my own... That's so silly. So yeah, I just destroyed my own Eastern mercenaries with the sapping point that was right behind them. Oh my god. Can I even go through here? Or did I just block my own sapping point? Oh, what a silly, dumb thing. Wow. Huh. Alright, so now these guys are now getting up there, so... Well, let's try to get my Libyan mercenaries up here so that they can help out. Because, yeah, 45 Eastern mercenaries, you would think that they would do well. Seems like they are doing well, actually. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Let's get these guys up as well. They can support. And... I don't know if I can move through that.
Now the streets will run with blood.
I don't know if I can move through this. Let's just try. Cannot move here as the path is obstructed. It looks like I don't know. I'm gonna just try. I'm just figuring things out right now. And yeah, can you guys get up there? And goddamn, yeah, they routed my Eastern mercenaries. I mean, I have a bunch of peltasts that are getting up there, so maybe they can chop down those peltasts. This isn't going well so far. My Libyan mercenaries are hopping onto the walls one at a time and just getting hacked down. Oh, there we got two. We got two. Oh, they got chopped. They got hacked down. Yeah, they're not like building up their critical mass and then pouring out. They're just going up one at a time. And that's not working for them. I think at this point, I have to use the elephants. And hopefully they can survive those towers because, yeah, I don't know. This is not really working. I decided to abandon the sapping point and send my mercenary hoplites up here. That you guys can get out of phalanx formation because I'm going to need you guys. I just need someone to take the gosh darn walls. If I can just get those gates open for my cavalry, then yeah, then I have a chance because right now this is not looking good. Did they just pour burning oil on my elephants? Oh, that's not good. That's... Oh, man, there's a cooked elephant right there. And yeah, these guys are getting shot by the towers. Did I do any damage? No. Oh my god, oh my god! Alright, get back, get back. Oh no. Okay, yeah, that didn't work. And what the hell is happening down here? I just saw guys fall down the ladder. What in the gosh darn is happening? I don't... Guys just literally fell down the ladder. Did they fall from here? Where did they fall from? Alright, we're down to 33 peltests. These guys are literally just holding the walls against everything that I'm throwing at them. Mercenary peltest, get in here. Or not peltest, but hoplites. Oh my god. Do I have to send the Cretans into melee? Don't make me do that. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. It looks like that unit did finally break after doing tremendous amount of casualties to us. Holy smokes, man, they held forever. Alright, let's get these guys on the walls. All of you, can you guys get on the walls, please? Yeah, get over here and open these freaking gates for us so that we can get our cavalry through. And archers probably want to bring you up as well. Actually, let's wait until those towers get disabled first. Perfect. Now the towers are shooting back into the armored hoplites. They've lost a handful of men. And what now? They're going to be running past these other towers? Oh, perfect. Oh, yes. Any man that drops from this unit is going to be making our jobs easier, because after this, we just have to get through 2 units of archers. And with these gates open, Cav and elephants can, you know, they can get through the archers. Just getting on top of these freaking walls after this fiasco. What a silly dumb thing. Yeah, that's how I learned that lesson. Alright, so they're down to 70 men, and I would imagine that 2 units of Cretans can do the job against them. Our Nubian mercenaries are now coming through the door here, and let's make sure that they don't get wrapped up by those armored hoplites. Yeah, they're down to 45 men. Oh, this is beautiful. That's so perfect. That is perfect. Yeah, we got a couple javelin tosses in there. Now, the bad news is, and this is something that I've already encountered at least once in this campaign, and I think it was this campaign. Yeah, where I did do this before, and then I wasn't able to access the towers on this side. Therefore, the shortest way to the city center, which is, yeah, this way, actually, isn't really a way that I would want. Actually, I wonder, can I get there through here? I probably can. So it's not ideal because I'd still have to walk by this tower. So it's not ideal. If I could find a way around, that would be better. But, I mean, honestly, if it's just archers in the middle, I could just run by that tower. You know, once I deal with these hoplites, which actually, I don't know if that's going to take too long. Can you guys throw your... Yeah, throw some javelins at these armored hoplites to get rid of them faster. And then we can just take our cav and our elephants, run by that one tower that's in the way, and just charge into the archers and just call it a day. Perfect. They have now broken. So let's send the Nubian mercenaries in and we can chase these guys down. You can stop throwing your javelins. Yeah, there's 19 men. Are you guys... You can figure this one out, right? Yep. Get those guys. And actually, yeah, just follow them. You know, since we're going to the city center, you follow and then you guys come up. General come up as well. Elephants come up as well. And yeah, let's just have my mobility chase into the city center. Where are we going? So we're going along that street? Okay, that's kind of weird. We are definitely taking a lot of fire from the enemy, from those enemy towers as we're doing this, but I think we can pull this off. This has already been a bit of a fiasco. I was thinking about that little fiasco with the sapping point in the tower, and you know what? As dumb as that is, I have to say that does kind of sound like something that would happen during a siege. I can't pick out any specific instances of that happening. Oh, they don't have... Oh, they have a unit of archers that isn't on the plaza. Ooh. Okay, so you guys go hit that unit of peltests there. You were the general? Yeah, you're the general. Yes, yes, go on in. You hit them there, and then you go here, and you hit those archers here. Perfect. And then let's get my other guys coming on. Elephants coming on as well. So we charged on into the archers by Numidian mercenaries. I would imagine that we would win this, but I guess not. That's kind of shocking. I thought that Numidian mercenaries would be better in melee.
This general is the perfect enemy. He does not
Alright, so
stand,
we
but
broke
runs away.
their archers. So that's their general's unit. And you can run, for God's sake. Please, please just run. Please. God, I've already told you. I've already told you to run. Just run. Alright, good charge into the peltest. Unfortunately, they are on the plaza, so they're going to take a little while. And are you guys running? Of course not. Why would you be? Why would you be running?
Smile upon you today.
And elephants, are you running? Nope, no one's running. No one's running. We are down to, what are we down to? 4 peltests, and they're getting chopped down. Lovely, perfect. And this is going to be a victory, so... Yeah, not exactly... Oh, that's kind of a cool building. Shrine to Zeus.
Victory
Why is it like a different
indeed.
style?
And all the sweeter for being so decisive.
Doesn't that look different than the rest of the settlement? Huh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, we lost a lot of guys. 435 guys. Yeah, that was kind of a rough one, but hey, we took the settlement. And honestly, there's like not a lot in the area that can threaten us. I think we're gonna exterminate, yeah, 19,000 denarii looting. Holy shit, yeah. And they're still not happy. Lower taxes. All right, that's all they wanted. They just wanted to lower the taxes. Squalor, culture penalties 50%. This is a large city, so we can still build we can still build the huge city tier of administrative buildings, so that's going to be good for us. And what can we... Let's repair the stone wall. Let's recruit... Right, there's nothing I can retrain, right? This is all mercenaries. Right, I get it. Nothing too fancy, although it's nice being able to train Pharaoh's bowmen and some onagers here, so that's not bad. And desert axes as well. Why could I get desert axes but Pharaoh's... Oh yeah, Pharaoh's guards is going to be the next tier. Got it, right. Okay, that was messy, but you know what? It's ours now. And the garrison in Pergamum is just hanging tight. Like, they're not moving away. That would be the only thing that could threaten us, but they don't seem too keen on moving out. Last but not least, let's come down here and take on Kydonia, and we should be able to just walk right on in. What's going to be inside? A unit of Cretan archers? Classic. Let's charge them down. here we are, and they were nice enough to not build walls for us to have to get around, so we're going to be going with the three-pronged approach tactic here and try to divide their attention.
Forward!
And maybe we can get on in without taking too many casualties. Now that we are probably getting pretty close to being in range of their archers, let's go ahead and start running. So charge on in with the Libyans and the general and the chariots. Let's charge on in. Looks like we might even take a shot with our general. But now we're already in fighting range, and yeah, these Cretans were not made for this. They don't like building walls, and they don't like fighting in melee combat. All they like doing is shooting stuff with their bows and arrows. This is not the life for them. Guys, we could have just been friends. I wanted to hire you anyway. But I will be happy with just taking your pretty sweet little island here and making a ton of money, hopefully, from trade. That's gonna be it. Let's end the battle. I lost 13 men, no shit. Wow, that surprises me. Didn't think I was gonna lose that many. They didn't get off a single shot and they still killed 13 men with their daggers? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and I'm assuming we're just gonna... Oh. Huh. Yeah, I see. I need to start checking how many people live on this island or in these places before I actually conquer them. I want to make money off this place. 4,000 people. Yeah, that's, although public orders, ooh, it's bad. I should have probably killed everyone. Yikes. All right, what do I do about this? Is there anyone that I can hire? There's no one that I can hire. Taxes are already as low as I can get them, and it's 30%. Dang, 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 dang. I mean, I guess building the governor's villa is the first thing that this place needs, because they don't even have that yet. And then recruiting a bunch of peasants just to like reduce the population. 55%, so that got us closer. Let's see, so the first turn is gonna be like not a full-on rebellion. The first turn is gonna be some rioting, right? I'm gonna lose some troops or whatever, and there's gonna lose some population, I suppose. And then I don't think it's until the second turn where it becomes an emergency. And by then I will already have had one of these guys become an actual garrison member. And then I can, you know, take another 120 from the population by hiring another group. So I think we'll make it work. I think.
Ready to sail.
And yeah, there's like nothing here. There's no ports or anything.
Ready to sail.
So we're not making money yet. All right, we got a Greek boat that I would be happy to go hunt down.
Victory.
And they ran off. Actually, can we get to this port? No. All right, let's just come over here.
Aye, my lord.
That looks good. And yeah, that feels good as well. Taking those 3 settlements. I mean, that's a decent little chunk there. Now Anatolia is just left with Tarsus, Mazaka, Sinope, and Pergamum. And now we have a station here in Crete that allows us to either consider, you know, attacking on into Greece at some point, or, and this is another idea, is this can support an invasion into North Africa as well. Once I can start building boats there, of course. Which is not quite yet. We're still a little ways off. What I could do is end this episode by attacking this army of brigands, but I'm probably going to leave that for next episode. So before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been Constip playing Rome Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.